What it do? What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you are doing fantastic. I'm back. This is Lee Hope, Lee Black. Oh my goodness, I've been going so long. Forgot my mother do name, but this is Lee Black. I am the host of Real Talk for Real Men, and we have been on hiatus for so long that I don't even know if I know how to do this shit anymore. But I tell you what, I'm here, mother dudes. I tell you what, and I got my baby girl in the house, the co-host, Mick Mac from Memphis. What's going on?
You sound really excited to be back.
Hey, I'm in a good mood. What's going on, baby girl? What's happening?
Not much. Just I'm here. We're back.
We are back. We are back. You know, there's an asterisk there, but we are back.
Yeah.
Jenny P from the block. What's going on, baby girl? One of my oldest and dearest
Jenny.
friends. I love you. What's up, baby girl? And oh my goodness, we got grown woman. Don't try me in the house. What's up, sweetheart? How you doing? They said hello, Mick Mac. How you doing? And oh my God, goodness. Even though I've been gone from this show, I have seen my brother from another, Mr. Kendrick, the sports guy. What's going on, partner?
What's happening, black man? What's happening, black woman? Boy, it's been a minute.
It's been a while. It has been a while,
Yeah, man.
Yes, it has. How you been doing, my brother?
Man, if my face doesn't tell it, man, I just left a born day party for my granddaughter of 8 to 10-year-old screaming girls.
Lord.
And let's just say I need a stiff drink, and I got one. Because good Lord, that yelling and screaming had me going.
Did I already know? Dear my brother, thank you for still coming to join us. And oh my God, my brother, Mr. Ghost himself. What's going on, B Wed? How you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. How y'all doing?
What up, B Wed? It's been a minute.
How are you and the wife doing, man?
Oh man, we doing great, man. We missed y'all.
Man, I missed you guys too. I really have. Lots been going on, so happy to be back. And I said with an asterisk, I'm in the midst of moving. So for the next couple of few shows, it's going to be weekends only because I've got so much going on. I'm moving. This motherfucker above me. You got it. You got it, you pussy ass bitch, nigga, you.
He probably not even at home.
Oh, that motherfucker's up there right now, romping and stomping right now.
I heard it. I heard
boy, you motherfucking fuck boy.
Oh boy. I heard the stomping. I heard something. Yeah, man.
We're back.
Yes. We are back. We are back.
What up, CC? What's happening?
But in case you can't tell, I'm in a magnificent mood. Look, I'm packing. I'm in the midst of packing. I've been playing my music. I done watched the U.S. Olympic team handle their business. So things are good. Things are good, you know. Look, y'all know, look, I ain't changed. Just in case you was wondering, have I mellowed out? Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. B West says, no. Hey, I'm back for real. We're going to do our thing. All right, we got all that out the way. So guess what we're doing? We wanted to come back on a high note. You know, I could have came back Wednesday, but again, between work, the heat, back to school, these little sons of bitches are getting ready to put their little ugly asses back in school. So now, and I mean that with love for those of you who have children. I mean,
Hey, Hannah.
Hey, what up,
woman
Hannah?
says if you change,
I'm acting up already.
No. I'm being me. We're gonna have a little fun. Tasha and I discovered a new game that we want to bring to the family, and I'm calling this show "A Mind Is a Terrible Thing." A mind is a terrible thing. So, Mick Mac, why don't you set the stage for what we're going to do? Because the game itself has specific rules, but y'all know we're going to do things real talk way.
Do that. So, yeah, and we're not going to do it the game way. We're going to do it only the way that we know how.
Only the way.
So the game is debatable, right? There are a number of cards, like 100, that have 5 different questions on those. We're just going to go through and I'll read out like one of the questions and we're going to have a debate. It could be something fun. It can be something lighthearted. It could range to something kind of like a more serious topic, but we're just going to, you know, just get our minds back ready. Since the kids are going back to school, we're just trying to wake our minds back up.
That's the whole, what we wanted to do. We were thinking you know, we're on the precipice of getting back to school. Fall is coming. You know, and again, the lazy days of some are what they are, and I've got to wake myself back up because I need to get back remotivated. But it's new beginnings because I'm moving around white folks, people. I'm moving where white folks are. I'm trying to
Oh,
tell
You
you.
just made it.
Oh,
But
boy,
yes, I am.
there you go with
I
your sedity ass.
uh,
There you
so
go.
new beginning.
still Atlanta, so don't get too excited now. It's
Yeah,
still
no,
Atlanta.
no. But I purposely look for every time I move, I have to make it my choice because if I see a white woman walking a dog, I'm like, that's where I want to live. But then
Oh, boy.
inevitably, these nappy head black bitches move in and they run the white women off, want the women off. I want to. I'm like, what's that uncle
It
guy?
ain't
I want to
even
see.
been 10
I want to see
minutes.
the sick and smooth skin of white women. That's what I want to see.
Ruckus, we haven't even had 10 minutes. Not
Jail.
Oh,
That was
Yeah.
Uncle Ruckus. No
boy.
relation.
I'll just tell you. Okay, so to wake ourselves up, and I'm sipping on some Dr. Pepper and watermelon parmesan. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Jenny, don't kill me. Don't kill me. I didn't say that I find white women more attractive. I'm always gonna want me a fat, butted, dick sucking black girl. Make no mistake about that. But okay.
7 minutes. Seven
Not even
fucking
10. I
minutes.
told you, not
Okay.
even 10.
7 minutes.
What time
into
did you
the
start
show.
drinking?
Maybe about
You've been drinking for a few hours.
Okay. Because you acting like Uncle
Well,
Cookout
I'm
right
still
now.
delirious. So
well, y'all can wake up and get with me. I'm in the zone. I've been listening to my music. Jenny said, come on now. Y'all know how. Y'all know
Acting up.
how. Okay,
I know,
Tasha,
right?
take us off on the first one. Let's get this party started, y'all.
the
A
first
mind
one, I
is a
think,
terrible thing.
the first one I think is pretty, pretty important since, it's about back to school, something lighthearted. So should schools cancel summer vacation?
Mm.
Mm.
Hell
Mm.
no. No.
Start
Is
spoken
there
like spoken by my
anybody
parent.
who would
No.
disagree, with that, and anybody who has a good argument as to why a school should cancel summer vacation?
I think I would say cancel it. I think kids should go to school all year round, but they should just get more breaks, like get 3 more breaks. I just think letting them be out for 2 or 3 months, a lot of times they lose a little bit of focus. I would say. So I think that they should go all year round, but longer breaks. In my
Long,
opinion, and
okay.
not the tourism industry. They don't want that to happen because that would kill their business. Because obviously, vacations and stuff with families during the summer. But I just think it would work better for kids in the long run.
If they went to school all year round, but had a few more breaks put in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, grown woman, don't try me, says hell to the no.
Okay.
Do not cancel summer
Absolutely
vacation.
not.
Okay. And from your perspective as parents, why would you say absolutely not?
I'm going to tell y'all this, okay? I'm a carpool mom. I'll be damned. I'm going to be going extra time during out the year. I like my summertime off. And I also feel like too much or something. We want kids to still be able to be kids. Yes, my sisters went to all year school and they went all year round with extra breaks. And it's just a lot that you can still retain because the point of a summer break, you're still supposed to be letting your kids learn throughout the summer. They send you home a summer packet. They're not just supposed to be running rampant and not have any type of education.
Okay.
But I feel like some teachers, like everybody don't have, my kids are blessed to go to a school where it's not a lot of students. Every teacher doesn't have that benefit. So imagine if you got one teacher with 30 students per classroom, and she, instead of her getting that one break that she needs or he needs, then they extending that, and you have to deal with that all year, and you're just looking for just a little bit of relief, no matter how much you love doing it. You need a release and a relief. So I feel like all year is kind of pushing it, depending on the teacher and the student.
So you don't think that even during with 3-week intervals all year round, 3 to 4 weeks off, you don't think that's long enough time to in between where you still can get a little bit of time off, but still be able to teach? I mean, and kids still be able to learn.
True, but then the parents got to address their schedule as well. Like,
but what if the school district provides transportation? What if they do all that for the students?
My kids, they do provide it. That don't mean I want my kids on it.
Okay.
Okay.
They be beating up. We saw a little kid got sexually assaulted on the school bus.
Okay.
Grown woman, Tasha, I can't wait to hear your take on this.
I'm not putting my kids on it.
And y'all know we don't discuss this ahead of time, and I want to hear your take too, Bert, as well, because I want to see if you think differently, especially being a parent with school-age kids. Grown woman on Tommy says maybe some kids would benefit, but not my charges. They need a vacation, and she was agreeing with you, Hannah. She said exactly, Hannah. Teach your kids. She said them damn kids are bad as hell. The teachers need a break. My charges are provided transportation. So, Bert, you feel the same way as your wife?
I have some mixed emotion about it. Like the kid part of me, remember my summers and having a good time and hanging out with the people run the street, but you know what I'm saying. Just have on the camp, run the streets, okay. And all, but then I can see the benefits of going all year round, having a couple weeks of breaks and things of that nature. I think either way it can work, but I think I might gravitate more to the traditional style of just being off for the summer, giving the teacher, and I do agree, and I didn't even think about it from that standpoint, giving the teacher a break, because you should see them the last day of school, they ready to toss them little niggas out that school. They be hunting them out of there, man. They can't wait to close the door. We went and they were like, y'all can take your kids when you're done. Like they don't have to stay in school. Like y'all can go. So I think I'll gravitate more towards the traditional way and having the summers off.
Gotcha. McMack, can't wait to hear your take on this.
Should they cancel summer vacation? Hell no. Keep them. I think summer vacation should be shortened. I think you should only be out for 6 weeks and then you should be right back to learning. Because there's such a breakdown now in between what is being taught at school and the, like the educational curriculum. And then there's like a big miss at a lot of children's homes. Like there's nothing being continued, nothing being carried over. A lot of parents now they're opting to not teach their children and I hear it a lot, like where they'll say that, well, they're at school for 8 hours a day. Damn it. Well, I got to go to work 8 hours a day. And, so we all have to make sacrifices. And if people aren't going to do their part in their own individual homes to, bridge the gap and to do additional and direct instruction, like with their own kids, they're not encouraging them either. So I think it should be a shorter amount of time. I think, damn it, July, right after the 4th of July, y'all need to be back in school because I'm sick of you. You're creating too much fucking traffic on these streets and everything. I want to go somewhere in the middle of the week and I want to look around like, where the fuck, why don't y'all go to work? Why is everybody out? So after the 4th of July, back to school.
I gotta tell you, I'm taking into consideration everything that's being shared, and grown woman Don't Try Me says yes, they need life skills as well as education. My two are artistic and one is ADHD. She says, I'm old school. Mine are required to read and buy books for math, etc., and we go over them. I'm so glad you said that because that's where I want to start with what your comment is, grown woman, and you, Bert. If I'm going to remember a easier, simpler time when summer vacation really meant we got out and we were outside and being constructive and doing things, but we don't live in that world anymore. And when I think about this country, so many things to me we need to overhaul and we need to change. The definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing the same way and expecting different results. Right. Well, when you've already taken discipline out of schools, kids aren't learning how to read script, they don't carry books, and a break. You guys are parents. Every time we look up, they're out for something. I really don't believe they go 2-3 weeks straight without being out for an in-service day, an out-service day, a teacher day, a this day, or that day. Now, when you got parents like you guys that may be responsible, but that's not the norm. The pandemic exposed America's school system in a way that I think it's time to address it differently. If you don't want your kids disciplined, but you also want to send them there, so I think we should incorporate a lot of what we're saying here. Have a summer vacation, because that does give teachers a break, give parents a break. But I agree with Tasha, it should be shortened. Add to the fact that we as Americans, we so far behind other industrialized nations when it comes to education. We keep touting ourselves as being great and this, that, and the other. Most of our kids, their math and reading skills are way below. You have poor kids that don't have access to computers, books, and things of the nature. So when they get out for the summer, they're left to their own devices. And to Tasha's point, now you got a city running rampant with kids, extra drivers on the street, crime, breaking in. The good times that you talked about, Bert, was when kids were kids. And when we went out for every little thing, we went to school right up until the holidays. You got out for that 1 or 2 days and your ass was back in school. Yeah. And so I wish that we would revamp this system. Now, right there in Memphis, Tasha tells me there's a teacher shortage of 500 teachers.
It's a teacher shortage everywhere.
And I was going to go there. Hence why substitute teaching is like my major fallback. If I got fired right now, I know I could substitute teach.
Oh yeah,
so many teachers missing.
Oh, you know, I know that too.
So
ain't no way.
So I'm not saying I would want to.
They're not letting you in there.
I'm not saying I would want to.
Oh, they gonna let him in there. Oh, believe me, they're gonna let him in there.
I did it.
But
that's the thing.
First lawsuit, then first
we don't want no rabbit holes in the schools.
But that's the thing. I think I'm not expecting the same teacher to teach all year round. I think they need to revamp the teacher's position as well, so that they get breaks, because who we're having in front of our children, not all of them are qualified either. And so I think we need to revisit the whole thing and rebuild it from scratch, if you ask me.
I agree with that.
Totally. Grown woman says, exactly, Lee. Philly kids go back August 26th, and then they'll be out again for Labor Day, the Jewish holiday. It makes no sense, because the moment they come back, then we can start the holiday season.
We had Labor Day. That was it.
There's no continuity to them, you know. And then let's keep it real, just like we are at work. These little sons of bitches go back to school on a Monday. Nothing gets taught on that Monday because they have jet lag from the weekend.
Not over here. They come on with homework.
But so you might have a better school system. But Kenny is substitute teacher. I'm telling you what I saw as a substitute teacher. You don't really get them calmed down until Tuesday. By Wednesday, you might can kind of teach something. When you get to Thursday, their minds are already on this.
They already on the weekend. Yeah, they already in the check that.
It's a horrible situation to be in. There's no continuity. So yeah, this is on the surface, this is a simple question, but it's complicated. But I think we need to revisit this, because America, we're behind, and our kids are the one that's paying the price. To grown woman's point, they're not learning life skills. Nope. What happens when these kids come out of school and they can't sign a check? They can't do simple math skills. You know what I'm saying? They're not being taught job skills.
Credit score. They don't know anything about the credit score, all that stuff. Yeah.
They're at a disadvantage. And yet these ratchet parents all over TikTok is having these lavish ceremonies, because the ones that do make it to graduation, we're acting as if they've conquered the world. And these little nappy head sons of bitches ain't done a GD thing.
Yeah.
Jenny P steps in and says, I wanted to respond, but since I no longer have any school-age children, LOL. You
still don't matter. I don't either. I have a granddaughter, but
it don't matter. My son is going to 12th grade.
Yeah, so.
I'm gonna keep it real with you before we move on to the next question. I'm so glad I don't have school. If I did have school-age children, I would homeschool them. I'm no longer confident that sending them someplace is getting the job done. So to a grown woman's point of view, I believe just because it's summer, you should still be enhancing those skills. Because if you let a brain is a muscle. It's funny that we're playing this game.
Yeah,
and so if you're giving them 2-3 months off and they're not exercising that noodle, Now,
And
when they come back, they're behind.
And they're not. And let's be honest with you. Most of the kids, and it's okay, I get it. Most of these kids now, they locked in on YouTube. They on TikTok. They on they phones. Even in the summertime, they ain't out riding bicycles and getting physical exercise like we used to do. They locked in on their technology. So that's
Kenny, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, that's why we have my opinion. Right. That's why my opinion, I think, go to school all year round with just longer breaks.
I'm with you.
4 week
I'm
intervals,
with you.
in my opinion.
Keep the little fuckers out of trouble. All these little fuckers sitting around becoming serial killers and fat serial killers, licking themselves all over with peanut butter.
Because let's be honest with you, the most crime is committed, especially by juveniles, is the summertime.
Absolutely.
That's when the most crimes are committed. So
okay, I got a couple of comments I want to get in here. It generates some more. A grown woman says, today's children are not learning how to prepare meals, wash clothes, etc. When I was in school, we had home ed.
They don't even have that anymore.
Shop, carpentry. That doesn't exist anymore. Jenny says, I do, however, work in a school with middle schoolers. I'm going to be honest, as a substitute teacher, I need a 4-day work week instead of 5. I get it.
Believe me, I saw them too, so I know what you're talking about.
She says the issue with some of these children and some of the parents is they're not being reared.
Bingo.
Just to be devil's advocate, what about the teachers who have children of their own? Yeah. I'll say this, Jenny, the same responsibility falls on them, to again, make sure that where you're sending your kids, that they're behaving. I hate the fact that we no longer give teachers the power to discipline. And so whether you have children or not, this is why, again, I'm all for homeschooling because I don't trust the system anymore. I just don't. Okay, we keep change the subject for us, McMack.
No problem. Okay, we're done talking about children.
Yes.
Okay, here's something. Should human cloning be illegal? Excuse me. Should human cloning be illegal?
Yes. I'm saying yes.
You got to give us why.
Oh, don't clone me, okay? I'm enough. I can't imagine you clone me and somebody dislike that other person do something to my child. Then I gotta beat myself up and then me and myself going to jail. Like don't clone me. I can't imagine two of me. I'll be sick of myself sometimes. So I can't imagine just two of me walking around here, especially in this economy. Then you might have to be 2 social securities, 2 bills, 2. I'm good. I don't need 2 of me. I just think it should be illegal. And then why are we cloning? What are we doing? Are we using me and setting me up for another crime? So I'm somewhere else where I'm not at? Am I putting what is the point of cloning me? So you could frame me for something, so you could put me somewhere? No, I'm good. Don't clone me.
What in the Marvel universe is going on?
It's the drink. It's the drink.
It sounds like Hannah had already thought about this question a long time ago.
I'm like, was you at work?
She didn't watch too many movies.
At work, your clone was at some side chick house, but you was at work. Then I gotta come beat you up. I collect the insurance money, and then it was your clone. It wasn't you.
I'm interested. Does anybody have any points for it? Grown woman says all good points, Hannah. I agree. Anybody think? Okay, the question is, should it be illegal?
I think it should be legal.
Why? I
want to hear this.
I think it should be illegal. It should be legal in this sense. Number one, if we're going to go into like the human cloning part of it, does the clone have free will and the ability to make decisions and choices, or is somebody programming it? Because if somebody's programming it, then no, that's a fucking robot. That's not human. So no, get away from that. However, in some instances, for some people, because of maybe their contributions to science in certain aspects, Stephen Hawking, to me, I think his brain should have been allowed to be cloned because of his contributions to science. I do think that, for like certain things, but again, I think you should be able to do it if that clone has free will and is able to make their own decisions. So for example, like when if it's somebody that you lost, like somebody that you just absolutely love,
Mm-hmm.
if given the choice to like keep a piece of them around like that is there, would you
Mm.
not like to have that option to like clone them?
See, now you on some Pet Cemetery type shit.
No, I'm
That's
good.
Well, I mean,
that
I'm
like
good.
clone them for them
that's
to like, to like be there. I'm not saying cloning somebody for the sake of having a fuck dog black. That's not what I said. Okay.
I wasn't even
Okay.
thinking that.
I'm saying seriously, maybe just to be able to have that person around for a little bit longer. Like if you don't have to think about mortality in that sense. I don't think that the clone and the actual person should be alive at the same time. I don't think
Ooh,
that. So one of y'all
ooh,
gotta go. You can either be
ooh,
cloned or you cannot be cloned, but you both cannot exist at the same time.
ooh.
Yeah. But then,
Brothers.
on the other side of it, like you think about it, like for more like a moral standpoint, like, yeah, God probably don't want you down there playing mini God your damn
playing
self. You know what I mean?
right, true.
So,
That's where
but
I was gonna go,
And
but I
what
was
if your
waiting to
clone
see if
kill
anybody
you?
was gonna take that
True.
route.
That's where
but
I was gonna
but
go.
if it, like I just if he wouldn't be mad about it, then hell yeah, let's clone some motherfuckers. I got a list, okay? I
Sasha.
got a list. Yeah.
Just out of
Grown woman
Sasha,
asked
curiosity.
a
what if your
question. She
clone
said, "Would it be
decide
the same?"
he
I
wanna
think
kill
about
you?
my parents, but they would be the same parents. Would they be the same parents I know?
That's the whole thing. If the
Mm-mm.
clone still has like free will and everything, still being able to learn and like
Mm-mm.
new things and just kind of picking up from like where from where one ended and then they pick right back up. Think about like some of how some people die like in the most tragic ways, or like
Okay,
when people die like you hear it all the time. Oh, they died too soon or something.
right.
Or
Mhm.
if they
I can't
and this
wait to go.
and this sounds
Wow.
selfish too, but like I think about like if you had somebody who died suddenly because of suicide, I know you would probably like to have that person cloned so then they're
Oh,
back
you raising
again.
a lot of good points, though.
Mm.
You raising a
But
So
lot of good
question,
You
points
really
to think of.
did.
I
Go
have a
ahead.
question.
Sure.
So I get that point. So what if that clone though, because that's still you, the next
yeah,
day they commit suicide, then you gotta deal with a double death. You gotta relive that same thing over again. So
yeah.
instead of
I
you
don't think
grieving once, you're grieving twice over the same person.
Okay.
that's the whole thing. Like there's a lot
I see
to
my
go with
brothers in
it.
thought. Let us
But
get in here, y'all. Let us
oh,
get in
okay.
here.
Y'all thinking hard.
Brothers, I'm looking at Bert and
Gosh, you
looking
got
up
some
and really,
thinking.
and I'm looking at
Sorry.
Kenny because y'all raising a lot of good points. But brothers, what do you want to add to this?
Mm. I'll be honest with you. Tasha brought up a lot of valid points,
Mm-hmm.
especially from the sentimental value of maybe cloning a loved one, because I'm thinking on my own personal, of all the losses that I've had,
Right, right.
that that would be something that I would be like cool with, be
Mm,
able to clone a piece of me that's gone forever, and to have a piece of them for the sentimental value of it. I think that would be cool. Uh, from that perspective. But I also know that anytime something is legal, we know people gonna push the boundaries. And I think Tasha brought up a valid point. You get people taking advantage of it and thinking they're God. And I think that then you're going down a slippery slope that would create the people running amok around here,
okay,
cloning folks. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
So
okay.
I don't know if I would want it to be legal, but I get the sentimental value of maybe cloning a loved one that you lost. So
Okay. Brother Bert, what do you say?
Ooh, we teetering on playing God. And
Yep,
that's and again,
yep,
we always say this on this show: heavy is the head that wears the crown.
yep.
It can go in all type of ways, because I can see from one standpoint, if you're saying you cloning somebody, some people might look at it for harvesting organs. When
I thought
something's
about
going
that.
on with
I
I didn't
you,
thought
think
about
about
that.
and then you got the clone, and then they can go ahead because
I
y'all
thought about that.
same
that.
DNA, the whole nine. So I can
Right.
see in a way how it can be positive, but then it's man, and you know how we get, and you know our tendencies. And with me, and I had lost loved ones and stuff like that, but even if I
Mm,
had a piece of them, and like, oh yeah, that's comforting, but still, my rational mind, I know that the original is gone.
Mm.
And who I love and who I'm missing is the original.
Yeah, that's
You know?
true too.
So I have
God
a
damn,
question.
that's true too.
What
God
you said,
I have a
Tasha?
question.
Right.
No, go ahead, Black. I want to ask it after you give your answer because I have a little tweak to that I'd like to add.
Okay. Well, you gonna remember it?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
So I'm gonna be short then, not even long-winded. I'm going where Bert went. I could see a benefit from a medical reasoning, harvesting to save lives. And then Tasha, I am going to, you mentioned Stephen Hawking. I'm okay with cloning, but with the other flip side of your coin, if the clone doesn't have free reign. Because for me, that's when you're getting into playing God. That's when, for me, what do we need God for if we have the ability to continue life, just keep going forward, picking up where we left off? And I don't necessarily know that existentially I would have a problem with my journey ending and a clone of me being able to pick up and take all of what I have and to continue going. And lastly, we did Pet Cemetery and some more shit. I'm gonna go Star Trek here. On one of the Star Trek movies where they was going to meet God, and Spock's brother Cybok, he took their pain away. And Kirk's answer, I always loved it. He said, "I want my pain. I need my pain." And I like that because, to Bert's point, I have brothers that I've lost. When I say brothers, I'm talking about Alan, Paul, and Ken and Fabian. I consider all brothers of mine, who I think about. Not a week goes by that I don't think about one of those four individuals. But their loss has shaped who I am. I don't believe I would be who I am without the influence of Alan Paul. And I, to a certain extent, on a serious note, I live my life in honor of taking a little part of what they added to for me to be me. And I still live alone and have conversations with Ken and Fabian as if they're alive. And I need that loss to push me forward. I know that may not make sense to anybody else.
That makes sense.
But for me, it propels me to, in a way, honor them that Ken didn't get to see me get to this place. And I often sit here and wonder, well, what would happen if he could see me now? So I need that pain. I need that loss. And I hold on from a religious perspective to a view of a resurrection. And for me, that's something that if I'm able to, with all of my crooked, wicked ways, to be able to see Al, Paul, Ken, and Fabian and tell them all the things that they missed and what I was able to do, that's a part for me that I don't want taken away. But Tasha, your question.
So my question is then, okay, what if we put rules on it then? Like, you know how you have, like in your afterlife planning, you get to that point to where you got to get your affairs in order. What if you have the option to sign a paper that says allow me to be cloned? So then you get like one chance to be allowed to be cloned. It's your consent. It's your individual consent.
Right.
And we're just saying like if, and this is only like if God wouldn't get mad about it. If you were allowed to just,
I'm
check
with
it
it.
off.
I just wouldn't want, for me, I wouldn't want them to have free reign because you mentioned Stephen Hawking, brilliant mind, but I don't want another Stephen Hawking because that's what made him special. For me.
But what if you were just allowed to just be? It would just be him, just continuing on from like where he left off. Okay, obviously, I'm not saying we should be allowed like in the like if somebody did something significant. I'm not saying Jeffrey Dahmer or any of the serial killers.
Right.
Like if you go to prison for like murdering and killing somebody, you get revoked. Okay, you cannot be cloned. Automatically revoked. Nope, immediate. Absolutely not. You don't even have that option anymore. But just like if you yourself have the option to be able to make that choice, like right now, would you make that choice for yourself to be allowed to be cloned?
I'd be okay again with for me with limits. You can't pick up with all of my memories. Those belong to me. I think it would be fascinating to have a semblance of me go on and create a different path, because I literally live every day with the path not taken. What if I didn't become this or that? And so the whole Stephen Hawking, it'd be great to see a Stephen Hawking that's a fucking idiot, you know, to see a different version of Stephen Hawking. I don't want you taking what all I've built and being able to go forward with that. And I think I would love to be able to give that consent, Tasha, but have limits that of what that clone could do for me.
You know what would be interesting? You know what would be interesting, to have a survey at a family reunion, and you give your family members say which one of your family members would you like to be cloned, and which one would you not? That really would tell you which one of where you really stand. If they want to keep you around, that survey will really be hit you.
You know why that's a good point?
You got fighting at the family
Hold on,
reunion.
Tasha. You know what? That's a good point, Tasha. How many times we see on First 48 when Tyrone get his ass shot in the street? He was just going. He was going to get his degree, and he was just going to do something.
Tyrone was terrorizing the streets.
I'm just saying.
Right.
But that grieving mother would be like, "I want my son back."
Exactly.
Nope. It was in the commission of a crime. Sorry, revoked. That's all. That's on there. That's
not
free.
Nope.
Yeah, no. Not in the commission of a crime. Nope. Can't
One
bring
woman
you
says
back.
most of mine would be on the not list.
Damn. Damn. CC. Wow.
Damn.
That's harsh. Tragic.
Guess what, CC? I'm actually with
you
you there too.
I'll say that.
You know what, Black? Stop.
No,
stop.
Miss Karen, I'm kind of with you. Look, I'm gonna say this with all respect. Most of the motherfuckers in my family that's dead, they need to stay there.
Oh,
there was no respect in that.
Where's Britton Haynes when we need him with his cutting?
I'm just saying. I could say more.
Please don't. You just said enough. You just said enough.
I ain't gonna say no names, Hannah. But I got a family member. Her whole life she was a shit starter. This person was a piece of shit. Her kids are pieces of shit. She advocate piece of shit. This was a person who literally lived to see shit go down.
Oh my God.
Fun person to be around, but a fat ugly ass probably need to stay dead. I'm just saying. But okay.
Tasha, what's the next question?
Yeah, I can read the move. Can we move
You
on?
had a comment that you were gonna make.
Oh yeah, my bad, Hannah. Go ahead. My bad. I interrupted.
I'm sorry. This was my comment, and I know this might sound crazy. I wouldn't want to be cloned as a mother, because sometimes when you have lost, the children strive harder because they feel like the parents would have wanted them to do better. So suppose I already know that my kids I know their mindset now and what they're about to do. But suppose they say, you know what, mom will want me to push harder, but then second mom come up in there and they like, oh, well, second mom here, let me just fall back for a second. Like, you never know what you're stopping.
That's why I said I need my pain.
You need that type of pain.
I need it.
And Lee, I'm with you, because I lost my brother too. And sometimes I do talk to my brother. I don't think it's nothing wrong with that, because he didn't get to see me become a mom. He never saw me become a mother. And my son sometimes acts like him, and it's scary.
You guys brought up valid points. And I definitely can relate, you know, to that. Especially,
I know my brother.
Y'all know how I feel about my mother.
There you go. Speak on it, brother, if you want to.
Yeah, you know, because my mother didn't see any of my children graduate. My mother didn't see any of them graduate. Any of my brother's children graduate. She didn't see some of the things that I've been able to do. So Maybe, with her leaving at a young age, you right, Honda. Maybe that pushed us to move forward and to make sure we stay focused.
And you honor her, and you're gonna always honor her.
But damn it, man, I sure would love
But
to have.
I feel you.
I would sure love to have a
you.
clone of her to be
and see,
here.
you know that
what I'm
better than
saying?
we would. So I get that part too. That if you, Tasha make a good point.
Mhm.
I get it both ways. I really do. She says her parents didn't live to. I get it. So that's a crazy question.
It is a
It
crazy
is.
question. It's
We're
deep,
only
too.
that question because it's so many.
I know. Yo,
There's no wrong answer.
no, it
No.
really
it's
isn't.
not.
It really
It's not.
isn't. It really isn't.
Mm-mm. And this is still the first. This is still the first card. We hadn't even gotten into another card
we
yet.
need something fun.
This shit
We
crazy.
going deep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that was
you
deep.
want something. Well, that's the thing. Like they're so okay. Here's
I'm
something
happy
fun.
this came up because my student was saying, "Bert, be wet and hoe."
What are you drinking?
I don't know
Oh,
what's
so
Honda
this
drinking on
is-
over there.
This
She
is
drinking something.
simply blueberry, Stella Rosa, peach schnapps, and cognac.
You
that's nice.
you got a quadruple
Oh,
double
that's
working
nice.
over there.
That's nice.
Quadruple
Bert, you
double.
drinking the same?
I'm drinking the
Yeah,
same.
he has a big glass. I
That's
have a
nice.
martini.
I'm drinking-
He
That's
has a cup.
nice.
I'm drinking the same thing, but just excuse my wife. All right.
Excuse your wife.
She's gonna get a little diabolical.
We get you, bro.
We got you. Yeah, we got
Okay, I have a lighter question. Then we can,
Okay.
we can go with. Let's see. Okay, should condoms be free?
They ain't gonna use them anyway. They are free at the doctor's office. They don't use
Well,
them
at the
anyway.
doctor's offices and things, but like even like if you go into a store, okay, let's add something else to it. If you go into a store, should there just be like a container sitting up there, or on like the family planning aisle, should there be a container sitting there? Should we not sell them at all in any form? But should we just be giving them out like, here, you're buying a pregnancy test, take some of these with
Oh, I
you.
like that.
You,
I like
you
that.
buying a Plan B test? A Plan B pill. Take some of this with you, because obviously you didn't learn your
I
fucking
think
lesson.
so. I think anybody
Man, work.
disagree?
I believe condoms should be free, but I believe more, not just latex. So some people have latex allergy. Latex
Yeah, you can get the
and
lambskin ones,
every
yeah.
condom.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I do
Tasha,
believe
I
it
got
should
a
be free.
caveat.
Okay.
I got a
Every condom
caveat
should
to
be
that.
free. I believe, it's great. Don't judge me.
And it's based on your views, McMack.
Okay.
Don't judge
You
me.
always
Oh.
tout holding men just as responsible as women, and I don't disagree with that. So to your point, this is where the game should change, in my opinion. Not only should they be free then, because now if they're free and you have zero excuse not to use them, I think a penalty should be imposed upon
Oh.
on men or women who don't
Women.
use them. I'm going with Tasha. What Tasha said, because this just made me think of something. That you know what? If we gonna make them free, then what is the excuse then for all these constant pregnancies? Now we realize that there is always a percentage, but we shouldn't. If we don't see a major reduction then in teen pregnancy and this, that, and the other, then to Tasha's point, somebody ought to be held accountable.
How?
I see nothing wrong with it. Number one, birth.
Okay, no, I'm glad you asked, Bert. So guess what? I wish that this country had did what China used to do. I believe you ought to have a minimum, a maximum number of children you can bring forth within a stable relationship. I think you ought to be penal. If you're married, the world is populated enough. So whatever our population numbers come to, whether we say, okay, that's 2. Now that's not say you can't have 2, but think about our welfare system that's burdened when these lazy, no good, nasty, filthy, no good bitches is popping out kids like roaches. And right now in New York, you lazy sons of bitches, they giving y'all an extra $250 for these little bastards. And meanwhile, I got to work and pay for food on my own, you dirty bitches. And so my thing is, I think if you can't find your baby daddy and you got 3-4 kids, and some of you motherfuckers, I know y'all, you know what I'm saying? I got to pay for food, real prices. You dirty, no good bitch. You out there spending them food stamps up at stores. You didn't even buy groceries for them ugly ass kids with them chin cutter teeth on them. Them little motherfuckers look like gremlins. But anyway,
Kitty,
whoever is making him drinks, whoever's in that apartment, cut him off. Cut his ass off. Don't make
the people who watch me,
What's
y'all
that?
know who I'm
Give
talking
out
about.
250?
All them ugly ass kids with them big ass teeth, them motherfucking grown ass teeth, and they teeth get fucking grown because these motherfuckers ain't eating fruits and vegetables. You feeding these motherfuckers Lay's potato chips and juices and shit like that, and they're giving your lazy funky ass an extra $250. So you ought to be penalized. And if they gave your monkey ass a free condoms, the father and the mother, because these fathers don't want to take kids either. So tax they motherfucking ass. You gonna tax me? Tax them motherfuckers too.
You gonna get so many text messages after this
Grown
show.
woman, she agreed with me. She said both
Yeah, I
parties should be
agree.
held responsible.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna wear them.
You're so diabolical. How you go for the whole state?
Them mofos ain't gonna wear them.
because Bert,
That's the
it's
question.
It's 8
Sahana.
million of them motherfuckers,
Will they
and
wear
they
'em?
claim they can't find their baby daddies.
Will they wear them? That's the question.
That's the issue.
So
Will they
that's
use
They
where.
could be free.
But that's
They're
my
not
point,
going to
y'all.
put them on.
That's the point. So now, if Tasha's point, if condoms became a staple to where you walked in any location, it's free, there's no excuse, you don't have to go to no clinic to get them, you don't need no permission. If there's not a significant reduction in unwanted pregnancies, motherfuckers ought to be penalized. And when you come showing up in there, you little nasty bitch with your belly poked out, and they ask a simple question: who's the baby daddy? Are y'all married? How many kids you got? Bitch, get your monkey ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And then if you get more than 3 kids, they'll put her ass out off of welfare.
Take
Get
your
your ass
cup
out.
and put it in the kitchen right now.
Oh my goodness.
Take your cup and put it in the kitchen.
Well, there it is. There
Take
it
your
is.
cup and put it in the kitchen.
No, I ain't
Black
even.
please.
I'm
Okay.
just
Put your
saying.
cup in the kitchen.
I'm just saying. Grown woman says they had me paying for all these women with 50 kids who don't even know who. Thank you.
Not 50.
I'm saying it in a rough way, but tell me I'm lying though.
Let me ask a real question though.
Yeah,
I know
shit.
we always talk about women may not knowing who the father of their children may be, but what is the percentage of that? Do you really think that's a high percentage of women that don't know who the father of their child or children is?
I don't, Kenny. I really don't.
I don't think so.
You think it's a high percentage or a low percentage?
I think it's a low. I think you know. I really do. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
You want me to answer this seriously?
Yeah, I do. Because I know we talk about it all the time about women not knowing who the daddy is.
I'm special in the sense that I didn't want to know. But I don't believe for one moment that women are laying down and not knowing who came in them.
Oh yeah.
And when they did these things.
Yeah.
Even the hoest chick out there, she knows who it is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, whether she want to make him be responsible, that's a different thing.
That's a different topic. Gotcha. Okay. All right. That's that. I just thought of that when
and that's just me, but I want to ask women, what are y'all? I'm coming at it from a man's point of view. I believe a woman knows.
Yes, we know.
Okay.
We know
Okay. I think
for.
even the loosest woman knows. You know.
I think so too. I do too.
Like, they know. It just could be one of those. They don't know because it could be maybe it was multiple people in that time frame of the conception. So they have an idea of who it is, but it is maybe between 1 or 4 or 7 people. So
and who broke and who not.
That's okay. So to your point, so what about finding out after the little motherfucker's 3 years old that he really was yours?
No,
It's
that's
no
why I
mistake.
think it should be mandatory blood testing
DNA at the birth. I agree.
at the birth and mandatory. Everybody
Mandatory.
gets taken away.
Can I
Everybody,
say
even if you're
something?
married.
Yep, I
That's you,
agree.
Tasha.
I have a- I have a-
even if you married, I agree with
I have
that.
a very proud
So,
moment in the history of our show when grown woman don't try me says, "Oh no, I pulled up the wrong quote." She says, "Today, I do, cause to quote Lee, these nasty bitches don't know."
Oh Lord, it's spreading. It's spreading.
yo, so that's a proud moment for real talk for real
That is a
men, brother
proud
Zach.
moment in the history of real
Yeah,
talk.
for real
She
men.
says, "I knew when I got pregnant, and of course, who? Thank you, CC. I appreciate you.
I have something to say.
Go ahead."
So I follow this lawyer on TikTok.
I know who
I
you talking
feel
about.
like mandatory mothers and fathers should get DNA tested.
I agree.
She's going through a divorce case right now.
I agree.
The dad was like, oh, the mom got into an argument with her. She was like, the baby don't look like him. I feel like you cheating. The wife was like, I've never cheated. I know I didn't. He got a DNA test. The child wasn't his.
I agree.
He's filed for divorce. The wife said she knew in her heart she didn't cheat. She went and got a DNA test. That child was not hers. The nurse in Texas said that year she switched 6 babies just because of it. I feel like mandatory, before you leave that hospital, both parents should be tested because she said that, and this I saw this 2 days ago. This wasn't no past thing on TikTok I saw. She's in a new case. I feel like you never know. I feel like now you don't know who you even though you feel like in your heart, I feel like you should just DNA test before you walk out that hospital.
Well, okay, so that's where somebody switched. I'm not talking about those, but I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about in general. You should.
Yeah, so I agree with you, and I'm just simply saying, I think even the most loose woman, to Tasha's point, it might be between 2 or 3 people, but she has an idea.
She has an idea.
I'm talking about somebody that's really out there.
Oh,
I'm talking about a chick that's really out there, and she pops up pregnant, but she still know who she been with. In reality, she still know that man. It could have been, and if she really did the math, you can even trail it down. So this whole idea that they sitting in somebody's office and I don't know, I just don't believe that. Yeah. Now, if you're me who moved around and this, that, and the other, you know, I purposely didn't want to know.
Oh,
I did. I purposely didn't want to know.
Well, this leads to our next question, which I think is kind of appropriate. Should you only have sex with those you love?
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
These are not my questions. These are, pre-printed on the card.
Yeah. Should you only have sex with someone?
Kenny, what does this make you think of the question we just had on the Black Love series about the difference between sex and making love?
Hell,
I'm saying no.
It's really no different. I mean, sex is sex. I mean,
it's no difference.
Nah, I mean, the only thing that makes it making love is if you in love with that person you dealing with. But at the true core of it, it's just sex. At the end of the day, the act is just sex.
So, but the question here, Tasha, is should you only have sex with someone you love, right?
You love.
Yeah.
With those you love. Should you only have sex with those you love?
No. We're human beings and we're fucking creatures. That ain't gonna happen.
But I'm gonna get scriptural on it, and I'm gonna let everybody else go. But I am gonna bring the Bible into it.
All right, now, Lee.
Not in a bad way. Not. I'll say this. Y'all can go after me. I'll say this in the sense that any sex outside of marriage is considered fornication.
Right.
Yes.
That's just scriptural.
That's scriptural.
So if you're going to go by the Bible, we shouldn't be having fornicate. We shouldn't be fornication is literally listed in one of the sins that we shouldn't be doing. Now, is that realistic? I'm living my life right now that in hopes that Okay, I got married at 21. I got divorced at 30. Because I'm no longer married, am I supposed to then refrain and hold off until I marry again? And I mean, in a scriptural sense, yes, I'm supposed to do
You're
that.
supposed to.
You're supposed to if we're going to go
we were
there.
supposed to. Yeah, we were
But
supposed to.
Who's on it?
that's my point, Hannah, that
Who's
I'm
on
just hoping that God in this balance of justice, wisdom, love, and power will weight that against humanity that you know that I done tasted that forbidden fruit, and even though I ain't find nobody else to marry, you can't let me get a bite of that apple and then them trees is growing all around me and shit, and I can't eat them. And then in a way, God, it's your fault because you made that pussy so good that it even got us kicked out of the Garden of Eden.
So so is that what you're gonna present to the Most High when you get in front of the pearly gates?
God,
that's gonna be your argument.
You should not have made that mustard snatch as good as it is.
They gonna do you like PSA, sir. Step over here to the side, please.
Hey,
We can keep
right, exactly. We're gonna have you step to the side.
I'm just saying. Grown woman said that's a contradiction. In my wilder days, I didn't have to love. Ooh.
I mean, we all grown folks. We all had sex with somebody we didn't love. I mean, you just lust after them. That was
I think
you was just horny. So that's what
I
it
think
was.
just a lot of people wouldn't be born if that was the case.
Damn, Tasha.
I would not be here. You're right, Tasha. I wouldn't be here.
Which brings me to a side question that Tasha wanted me to ask the family because we were talking about this yesterday.
Please,
I said to her, and I want to hear your comments. People I work with, I imagine everybody I work with, I work from home, I'm seeing on camera. I imagine, not in a sexual way, I always imagine everybody, every woman, let me be clear, about it. I mean, I wonder what she like to fuck, or, you know, like if I see a fat woman, I'm thinking like, man, I wonder how she fucks.
What?
You know, if I see lesbians I'm in Zoom meetings with, I'll be thinking, boy, I bet she can really eat some pussy. Like it's not an attraction kind of thing. Tyler, how I'm looking at your face. Hold on. So the question is, am I the only one who thinks that?
I'm sorry, I was distracted. What's the question, Black? My bad. All I heard was you talking about somebody can. All I heard you saw somebody can eat some snacks. Well, I missed the question.
Am I the only person that look at workmates and think, damn, I wonder what their sex life is like. Hold on, let me finish. Are you telling me I'm the only person that looks at a woman that you work with, not any sexual? I'm not talking about the one you think, oh man, she got a fat ass. I'm just talking about, it could be it's like an ugly girl or a fat woman or a white woman. And am I the only person that sit there and think, man, you know, I wonder what her sex life is like? Or like I said, when I'm looking at a lesbian, I'm thinking like, man, she got some pretty big teeth. I bet she can really eat some pussy. Am I the only person who have these thoughts? Okay, thank you. Right on time. The real estate insider says I'm guilty. So I know right there, I'm not the only person who thinks that.
I didn't say you were the only person. I said that you're in the minority on that.
Okay, Kenny and Bird. Look, Bird is losing it. Hold on. Am I the only Kenny? I'm the only person who have those thoughts.
No, so if I understand your question correctly, you said that you have thoughts of women that you work with that may not be attractive.
Every woman, there is a moment that the more I'm knowing, and I'm sitting on Zoom. Not sexual, but I'm just thinking again, and I'm giving you real examples. They could be fat, they could be thin, they could be white, they could be a lesbian. But in my mind, as my mind is wondering, I'm thinking, man, you know, I wonder if, like, she can have a flat ass, and I'm thinking, boy,
no, you know what, Black? I have to agree with you on that. Yeah, yeah.
Tasha,
yeah.
Tasha,
and I don't have to be sexually attracted to them or anything.
That's what I'm saying.
It just crossed my mind like that because they may do something that make you think like, damn.
Creepy.
I wonder what kind of ish they do in their bedroom. You know.
Oh my God! Thank you.
No, that actually. Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're gonna register you all for therapy.
Tasha, Lamb, real estate inside of Lamb is not a Capricorn.
Yeah, he's not a Capricorn,
Okay,
so
I'll say
it ain't a
this.
Capricorn thing.
Still
I'll say
creepy.
this. Now I have saw a coworker was like, "You married? Who's hitting that?" Now I have said that,
But not
I was trying
every.
to figure out how they was.
But not
decided.
every. Not every. This is. Let me just hold on, because he's trying to be nice. This is not just his coworkers. This is any woman.
Oh.
Any and every woman. He's like, I wonder what it's like for them to be fucking. I wonder like how that goes. It's not just his coworkers. It's not. It could be his next door neighbor. It could be
it could be just a woman. It could be a woman you see out. You can see out eating at a restaurant. You could be out just walking.
If I look at her long enough,
I'll be honest. If I looked at it long enough, I'd be like, damn. I wonder.
Thank you.
I really would.
Jail. I'm telling Olivia
it's
Benson
not sexual.
immediately,
It's not sexual.
Sex crime. I feel like this is a sex crime.
Real talk is
Lamar,
not really sexual.
Real estate inside say guilty as long as it's not family. It's how I people watch. You know, well,
yeah,
I'm even guilty with family. I do think about it. That's why it's not sexual. Now I may go a little bit further, but anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone.
The rabbit hole is wide open.
Boy, Lee came out the doggone off the practice squad because he been on the practice squad for the last month. He done came out this practice squad back and he started quarterback. He throwing bullets. He throwing bombs today, boy.
I got additional question, and this is also for the family. The question is, should you only have sex with someone you love? And we hear all the time that women, it has to be emotional. And Cece even said in her younger days, you know, that was a different person. I do want to know, forget about somebody you love. Can you routinely have sex with somebody you don't even like?
If the dick is good, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I could.
That you were honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I could. If it's to fulfill a need.
Right.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you.
It depends on the time of your life. You know, you go through different stages of life. Everybody don't want a relationship. Some people just want situationships, and it is what it is at that point.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely.
And it depends on how much liquor you done drank too.
That part too, Kenny.
Now, even
Will said he can't even fool with somebody he don't like.
Liquid courage.
Yeah, Hunter. That liquid, man. Hey,
brother Lamb, I don't need no liquid. I actually gravitate towards a woman I don't like and want to fuck her because now I have an agenda. She might not even been on my radar.
Okay, define don't like. I need a different. When you say you don't like them, what do you mean you don't like?
Woman. I'm married too. You gotta answer.
Don't
there's
like
women that I hate. I can't stand this bitch.
Okay,
and the next
why? Why
is,
you don't like them or why you hate them?
My property manager here. This is an arrogant black bitch who wields her position with power. But I'll stuff myself so deep in that pussy and nut so deep all across her neck and back, it'll make her head
swim. Kenny, are you proud of your question?
You know what? I don't know why even. I don't even know why.
This is on you, Kenny.
I know you right.
You right, Hunter. You right. I got what I asked for, didn't I?
Yeah, why not?
I can't stand her.
You did us dark skins bad.
I'm just saying I can't stand her, but I would love to fuck her.
Oh my
Kenny,
I would love to fuck her.
That?
And wipe my dick off and make sure it's wet and slap her across her back and neck with the wet rag to leave wet. You dirty
just
bitch.
said you was going to the Bible with it, and this is your next thing.
Wow.
I'm going to the Bible, and this was the next statement.
Shut up.
Is it too late?
The Bible. This was the next statement.
Is it too late to have him tested for autism? Is it too late?
Lee, stop drinking the cup. Put the cup down.
Put the damn cup down, okay?
Put the cup down.
My drink is good too.
Too late.
Put it down.
Okay, Big Back, what you got?
And what
for
you
us?
drinking again, Lee?
I'm drinking Dr. Pepper with watermelon parmesan. It's so
Man,
good.
that's a heck of a
Parmesan.
combination too. Yeah,
It
but
is
y'all
so
got
good.
y'all got the good drinks over there.
What
Boy.
you drinking, Kenny?
On the east side, y'all got the good drinks. I'm just drinking some sangria, some wine.
Sangria is strong enough.
Yeah, you right.
That's made with brandy.
Especially my ass for me. It definitely
The
is
real
strong
estate
enough.
insider, he gave some clarification. He says, I don't want to give anybody I don't like any pleasure. Wow.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
now I don't.
Wow.
Now
I get that, and I respect that. I get that.
I don't believe that.
I get that. I get that.
I
get that. I get that too, though.
I get that.
I'm like that too.
But Hannah calling cap on your
I'm calling
Lynn.
BS.
She calling cap.
I can't
I'm
F with
calling
nobody
BS.
that I don't. I
Now,
can't F with
respond
nobody
from
I don't
another
like.
account.
Really? Really? Oh
No,
wow.
I can't F with nobody I don't like.
Yeah, I don't have to like you.
Yeah, I know.
So-
We know.
Y'all full of BS.
Have mercy.
Kenny, you
Y'all
don't even
need
look
help.
like that. You said
We-
that ever before.
We go flip to another topic, and I don't know. This one just seems interesting, but I would like to. I'm curious to see if anybody has like a different opinion here. These are not my questions, people. I just want
Oh
to.
Lord.
Should voodoo dolls be prohibited in all workplaces?
Why the F are we having voodoo dolls at work?
That's what I want to know. Like, does somebody like have one like where they work?
Is that serious?
Did you see that TikTok when a girl really had a voodoo doll?
So
This
ask
is
that question again.
Should voodoo dolls be prohibited in all workplaces? Are there some places where they are allowed?
Yeah, I want to know the place where they're allowed. Like, what's going on there?
Maybe
Well, I guess it would be like freedom of religion.
That's what
and
I'm
everything.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
If somebody
Right.
put it on their desk, you can't tell them if
You
that's
can't
their
tell them not
religion.
to have it. Right.
That's their
that would
religion.
be my
Yeah.
last day.
Yeah, but that voodoo doll, it represents something different because of the fact that if it's somebody, and if you're not feeling them, if you see you come in one day and look on the desk, keep pens in them. Nah, cuz.
Chill.
Take that out
If
somewhere, cuz.
Imagine you walk in and you walk past your supervisor desk and the doll look like you, and you had so much hell on your way to work.
What you say,
You
Kenny?
can't touch the doll.
I mean, I think a lot of us aren't educated enough in the aspect of voodoo. I mean, I think we look at it as it's a negative or a bad thing, but to those that practice it, that's their part of their religion. So, I mean, is it a bad thing? I don't know. I don't think you can prohibit that if that's someone's religious practice.
I'm glad you said that, Kenny.
I don't think you can do that.
I'm glad you said that. The doll itself, I don't think it should be prohibited. This is crazy. I don't subscribe to it.
Right.
But to Kenny's point, what's the difference in somebody putting a big cross on their desk
Or hanging a picture of Jesus in
or
there?
rosary?
Yeah.
But what does that voodoo doll? What does it represent?
It's a religion.
No, I'm saying beyond. I mean, what does it represent? I'm asking. I'm
Right.
really asking. I'm being serious.
Master
What does that
Prophet
voodoo
Levi
doll
said
represent?
I that's just it. If
It's
it's
different
good
parts of
voodoo,
voodoo.
what if that person tell you I practice good voodoo and
Yeah, it's
this
good
is going
voodoo and
to
not good voodoo.
it may not be even a person on the job. What if it's a voodoo doll, but this represents good muju for the workplace? And they told you that.
Right, a good vibration.
Oh, okay, that's what
or
I'm saying.
whatever.
I'm
You know
talking
what I'm
from my own
saying?
Right.
edification. I just want
Right.
I just want
Right.
to know what it is.
So I agree with
The only
you.
time I
Now,
see
if you're
it-
saying a specific person,
yeah, because
now
see
you're
the voodoo
practicing
doll,
it.
It's always associated with you sticking pins and knives into it, and once
And see that's the part where I say
Right.
that you would have to educate yourself on voodoo, because voodoo, there's some parts of that practice, and I don't know a lot about it, but
Right.
there's some things about it.
When you go to New Orleans,
it's not a negative
they will tell
connotation
you that
attached to it, right? I mean,
And
so,
Master Prophet
right.
Levi T says all religious artifacts should be prohibited from the office.
And that's
Anybody?
coming from the Master Prophet. If he said it, then you know it's so.
I don't need Joe Diatera running around the workplace.
So that's my thing. If you asking, should it be prohibited in all workplaces? No more than crosses, or like you said, pictures of Jesus or a Bible or whatever. Because if you're going to open that door, to your point, I always thought it was evil, but Kenny's right. I know for a fact, if you go to New Orleans, they will tell you that not all aspects of voodoo is
evil. Right.
It's
exactly.
Not.
Right.
You know
exactly.
There's not. There's some religions that practice good voodoo. You have
to.
That's why you have to research before you start judging certain things.
Just to keep it 100. Everybody keep your crap at home.
I agree.
I agree. I agree with that too.
I'll be honest. I worked at a job where you couldn't even bring your Bible. Like they didn't want any type of. You couldn't bring I'm not gonna say the job. The company is a well-known company. You couldn't even bring an American flag. They didn't want no politics and no religion.
And I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
So, Hunter, you open the door to what we deal with working from home. So, if you can't bring the American flag, and because it's political, and you can't, but what does it say that I have to be at certain meetings where the gay flag is displayed prominently? And
that shouldn't be allowed.
So how is that?
Allowed.
How does that?
Right. That shouldn't be allowed either.
It shouldn't. And if I ever have a meeting and the flag, I'm sitting behind Malcolm X, and we're gonna be going whatever we want. Cause this is what I'm doing. But I feel like it depends on the job because they can't discriminate because then you open yourself to a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And that's where I say
then I can have my flag. If I want to have the red, black, and green, then I'm gonna have the red, black, and green up in here.
But that's where I miss the good old days when, like grown folks say, it shouldn't be allowed at work. But we all know what work has become now.
They say don't bring religion and politics to work.
But they do. But then the other message they get, at least with my company, is we want you to be your authentic self.
Well, see, they lying then because they don't want you to.
They don't.
Kenny, you're right. But here's the thing. This is where the hypocrisy comes in. They're not lying in a sense where you're encouraged to promote your sexuality, but not religion or politics.
But only starting a part of sexuality. Yeah. Because if you came there and said, I'm a hoe, then you're going to be looked at differently. But if you came in and said,
you're right.
Something else.
You're right.
You're celebrating.
You're right. It's
so in certain account of certain part of sexuality they accept.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
You can have a flag behind you say a proud
act right.
A proud heterosexual. They can look at you like
it would cause a problem.
It would cause a problem.
But you're saying you're proud of being Hawaiian, you could be proud of who you are.
You're right. That's why I said there is
cut the whole thing out. Keep your little flag.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
Not little flags. Not little flags. Act right.
Go ahead, Tasha.
All right, McMahon.
Tasha, please see the next question because Burp's about to start acting like Lee.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Here's drink one more. The drink is kicking.
I think this was a pretty good question. Should we have more child-free areas in cities?
Oh.
Hell yeah. What these little nigglets all running around next to us and shit? These little new parents up here took some of your kids to share at the playground. No, teach your kids at home. You're not touching my kids' stuff. Yes, I don't want your kids here with me. Keep them home. And my son will be 18 this year, and my daughter will be 13, and they know better. People don't train their kids. That's the problem. They don't train their kids. My kids know better. My kids, everybody can say that. They got their own personalities. No person can ever say when they left this house, they're like, oh, your kid is this and that. And I'd be shocked. I'm like, oh, that's what you got from them? Because they know how to act outside of the home. People don't know how to teach their kids outside of the house. And because they don't know that, yes, make it child free. I don't want little Tommy and Timmy come next to me at Chipotle snatching my queso off the table because I'm going to slap him and then we both going to be in jail. So no, keep your child away. I agree 100%.
You want Tommy?
I know how strongly Tasha feel on this. Hannah and Bert, what do you guys think?
Well, we know how Hannah already gave her.
Okay. I mean, Bert and Kenny, I'm sorry.
I don't want your kids.
What do you guys say?
I would say this. I agree with this. I think back to Bridget and I when we had our children. There were certain things that we wouldn't take them to certain places because they were toddlers. I was like, they even though we handled it, but I was like, nah, we don't want to infringe on grown people. I mean, because toddlers, you got to be understand. You don't take no 1, 2, 3-year-olds to no damn movies.
I love that.
What the hell? Why would you do that?
I love that.
That doesn't make any damn sense. So there were certain things Bridget and I, we didn't take our children to when they were toddlers. So, and I agree with Hannah 100%. A lot of these parents, they don't train their children to how to act in different places with grown-ups. And when Bridget and I, we did that with our children. There was never any problems, but we didn't take them to certain places because we knew that there was more grown-ups there than it was going to be, and it was that wasn't conducive for toddlers. So
I love it.
Yeah.
What you say, B Wet?
No, I agree. I think that should be. Now, what I did was, as far as like when it came to like the movies, I used to go to the matinees with my sons, even when they were younger. But there was like nobody in there, and a lot of times what I would do, because I understood, I would wait for something that I wanted to see. I would wait like maybe like a couple weeks out after I know everybody went to go see it. Right. Then I would go ahead and just trickle in during the week. You know, I had to have my son. I had him, and then that was it. And I had to worry about it because he was already in a routine. So I was able to watch the movie the whole 9, but I wasn't also like a deterrent or a bother to anybody else with their viewing pleasure. So I found a way around that. But yeah, we still need them times where no children are allowed, because this is just for the grown-ups. This is for the adults, and they don't need to be, for lack of a better term, bothered by a child acting simple and running around and being crazy,
being a kid,
whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna be a kid no matter.
Yeah,
what.
they're gonna be a kid. You can't get mad at them.
Right, you can't get mad at them. Yeah.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Sure.
Stop bringing your funky kids to brunch. They don't belong at brunch. If I want my mimosa, they don't belong.
You get no disagreement out of me, and me and Tasha, we feel strongly on this. Where you going, McMac?
I already know.
Number one, I don't think kids should be in any place that also sells alcohol. No, you shouldn't be there. If a place sells alcohol, you don't need to be there. Okay. I think every place should offer child-free areas. Apartments should have child-free buildings. You should have like just like whenever you go to, you used to go to a restaurant, they used to say smoking or non-smoking, child-free or child, like you should have that option. You should have in certain sections of course there should be child-free modes of public transportation. There should be child-free flights, child-free train rides.
I agree.
Child-free, and you should always have that option. There should also be a minimum age in which you're allowed to be bringing children out into public and introducing them to the said public in non-child spaces.
I agree with everything she's saying.
Not the plane. All right, we gotta fly now.
I definitely agree with the child-free flight.
Child-free flight.
Hannah, I agree with everything she's saying. Yeah. We ought to, for those who don't want to travel with children, there are to be that option. And so again, if you want to book a flight and kids are going to be that's what you're expecting. But I've seen horrific examples of kids screaming on and the mindset. Well,
I've been on a few. Like
this, that, the other. And Brother Bert talked about at movies and stuff. There should be a time. So if you're gonna have a movie, the same way handicaps can't park a certain place, I think handicapped motherfuckers need to be in by 8 o'clock too. And the reason for them to be out past 8 o'clock, but that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I think we should have rules for kids, that, and to Tasha's point, there need to be an age limit, because if you go into an amusement park, don't they tell you have to be this height to be on this ride? There ought to be an age limit that, and that comes with a level of responsibility. You're taking responsibility that if you bring this, because they're of the age, and they know how to carry themselves like an adult. And that apartment thing, I'm truly believe in that. I don't think it's fair that I have to rent an apartment. This is where my sanctuary is, and that children are living above me. There should be a building dedicated to people with families and kids. When you go rent at a rental place and they're showing you all of the amenities, you know what I told this lady that my apartment at right now? I couldn't tell you what the swings or the park. I told her I have no interest in seeing that. She started laughing. I have no children. That's not what's going to make me get the apartment.
Right.
What get the apartment is I want to be in a building where there's no noise around adult responsible people. So I made it as clear as I could without putting her in a position where she had to discriminate. Don't put me around children. So for me, seeing the swings, I don't give a damn what they do on the swings. I don't care if a serial killer is standing out in the middle of the sandbox with a big hatchet for them sons of bitches. I don't care. I don't want to see that, you know, and I don't even want kids in my house. You in here to fuck or drink. Those are the two reasons you're here for.
Oh, Lord.
That only applies to women. So you're fine, you know, Kenny and B-Wed, if you decide to visit.
Hell
Not
no.
applying
Fuck
to
or
you
drink.
guys.
I said
We
fuck or drink.
know-
Doc can come through and drink.
We know we fine, Tasha. Me and B wasn't tripping on that. That's why we started laughing.
I would love to have
That's
male
the case.
friends. No, I would love to have male friends that today was a perfect example. I would love to have male friends that could have came through and we could have watched the game. That's
Right.
right. But you shouldn't. Okay, and that even in that instance, if somebody invites you over, they're inviting you.
Mm-hmm.
If you know you should ask then, okay, is it okay if I bring my son? It's okay if I bring my daughter? Because you showing up, it changes the complete landscape of maybe what I was going to do.
Right.
Because now we can't curse. I can't pop
Right.
on some bitches dancing. I can't let the bitch come from downstairs with her titties out. You know, look.
Right.
Because
No,
now,
I get that.
yeah, you need to give a brother some warning.
Don't bring your kids over here.
Thank you. I've had that happen too many times.
Black
now
will kick
you got
their ass out.
you got to accommodate. I remember when my former friend came over, showed up, had a son. He kept complaining how cold it was. He on the floor freezing. You know, I wasn't gonna turn my air down because this little bastard was cold.
Not bastard.
You know, well, she wasn't married. He was an actual bastard because they wasn't married, so he was a real live bastard.
Wait a minute. Oh boy.
I'm just saying. And the little bitch she had, she was a cockeyed bastard. So, but anyway.
Oh man.
He is going to get so many ugly text messages.
But Tasha, the little girl did have a wandering fucking eye. She looked like she was in a perpetual state of having a stroke. I'm just saying.
Black said he was a real live bastard.
He said he was a real live bastard.
Lord help us.
New question.
Thank you, Tasha. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. God.
This is the first day back after a month.
And that's why it's only gonna be on weekends. He probably just Black, you just need to do Saturdays. You
on weekends?
Because I'm in the middle of moving. I'm in the middle of moving, so it's gonna be hard to do my Yeah, I told you. Oh, y'all missed the beginning part. This fuck boy above me, you can have this apartment. He been stomping around. Now, before I leave here, I'm gonna get that motherfucker. I'm gonna make sure I do a lot of shitting in a bucket or a bag or something.
No,
I'm gonna sling it all up against this. I'm gonna piss all over this motherfucker.
I told him not to do that. There could be cameras, like people have ring cameras.
I'm getting that fuck boy. I'm getting that fuck boy.
You're admitting it on camera.
I'm getting that fuck boy. I'm getting that fuck boy.
Georgia, no.
And then my boy who work in the office also done told me too. He's a dick sucker too. Oh, he's a dick sucker. Coming in the office, raising hell and everything. I don't know what he's so mad about. And you walking hard. You fucking faggot.
Okay. Tasha, where's the question?
Whoa.
I have the game.
We might have to
shout out to my gay fans. I love you.
make sure.
No, no,
We gotta
don't get
we
scared now. Don't walk that shit back
leave
now.
Tasha.
I do.
we
I
gotta
do
make
love
sure
my gay friends,
YouTube
But
and
I'm-
Facebook, y'all please delete this broadcast.
but I'm an
YouTube,
equal
Facebook, y'all
opportunity
delete it.
offender. I'm sorry, I am.
Here's a new
Tasha.
question. This is a lighthearted question. Hopefully we don't circle back or anything. This
Right.
is lighthearted enough. Should wearing socks with sandals be illegal?
Yo,
Hey, you know that is a stereotypical question because you know black men are the only ones that do that, right?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I ain't never seen no white man with
Me
sandals.
neither,
and socks
Tasha.
on.
I never seen white people do that.
Oh, do they?
I never
Yeah.
seen white people do that.
Okay, well, correct me. I ain't never seen
No,
any
they do
white.
that up there too.
Oh, really?
If
Oh.
I
Correct me.
Don't charge it to my head,
If
wrong woman, not to my heart.
ever catch you in sandals with your socks on, I don't care if they're Gucci, Tom Ford, Hanes. I don't give a hell who they do not wear them sandals with socks. I'm flaming you. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the pastor or you a man on the corner. You cannot wear your when you wear it, I get mad. You be coming home from work with them sandals and them socks, and they be Gucci socks, and I be mad. Keep that Gucci. The Gucci socks and them sandals.
I'm with you, Kenny. I always thought this
Let
was a
the
black
feet
guy thing.
breathe.
I thought
Grown
it
woman
was,
says
too.
no white men do it and they wear tube socks.
They wear
I've
tube
always
socks.
only seen black men do
I
it.
ain't never
They
seen
wear
none but
tube
brothers do it.
socks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when
If
I
you-
used to work downtown Philadelphia, they would come from the golf course with their socks on and their slides.
Okay, hold on. Does that apply to socks with house shoes?
I don't. Yes.
Because I go out all the time with socks and house shoes on.
No.
I do too,
Your
Black.
feet
Me too.
stink.
Well, that's why
be,
you have the socks on.
I'll
No,
be honest
your
with you.
toes- Your sandals are meant for your feet to breathe. That's the point of a sandal. If you want socks, put on some damn sneakers.
I don't want my bare feet out with the elements
Then
and the
get a
dirt getting
pedicure.
on them.
Thank you.
Kenny.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
Thank you. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a sandal wearer. I've never
Me
liked
neither.
sandals because
Me neither.
I don't like my feet out, and y'all probably crazy. I have to have socks on my feet.
Me
I
too.
have to have, even in the house.
I got
wear
socks on right now.
I got
sitting at
socks
this
on
desk.
right now. I
Sitting at
do
this
not.
desk.
I do not like to go
And
out
my
in
house
bare feet.
shoes. And if
So
and when I have to run to the store, I
Yeah.
wear my house shoes with socks on.
And I'm not a sandal wearer. But if I got slides, if I do have them, I'm gonna have some socks on.
Yeah, you know.
So it is what it is. So
No.
hey.
It should be. You should be fined for it. It should be illegal. You should
Thank
be
you.
fined.
Hold on, you saying
No.
it should be illegal?
Well, y'all just have to find. Y'all just have to find me then,
Me
because
too.
that's
crazy.
Yes.
that's the way it goes.
Because to Hannah's point, if you don't want your feet to be seen, put on regular fucking shoes.
No, it ain't.
No.
Well, here's the thing.
Sandals and
It ain't
slippers is for
Thank you,
comfort.
grown woman.
right. But my thing is, my feet ain't like raggedy. I ain't got no Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone
No,
feet,
no.
you know,
Then
nothing
let 'em
like that.
breathe.
But
Then let them breathe.
I do not. I don't like my feet to be cold, so I always have socks on.
It's
I
not
actually
the
have
same
very
toenails out
sexy
here.
feet.
The only time my socks are off is when I'm smashing something.
Okay,
Oh,
so Kenny, so I'm the exact
Yes,
opposite,
take that
Kenny.
from Lee.
I'm the exact opposite. I like my socks on when I'm fucking.
Well, I
I
kind of like
actually-
them on too, but I will take them off.
There you
I-
go.
Look at this.
There you go. And there's a logical reason why. There's a reason why I fuck with socks on, because
You get better traction. You get traction too.
that
with your socks on.
that and again, I don't want no juices on my. I have beautiful feet. My feet are very sexy. My feet and my ears are two of my sexiest features, and of course my eyes and my lips. So, but anyway, that's a whole other story. But I keep socks on to protect my feet. And again, nasty, filthy hoes. Sometimes their house is dirty and they have bugs and
Right,
shit, so-
you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, so
yeah.
you
You
slip
gotta
out of
keep
your.
them
So your socks is going to protect.
because you
them.
don't.
You can always
Yeah.
take the socks off when you get home. Yeah, I don't want my bare feet on the bitch's floor.
Right, you can throw your socks away. You can throw your socks away when you leave.
Yeah,
concerned about the top.
If-
And
if
even
you
on
are
my own rug, I don't want my feet out because the bitch be on her knees and I know what's on that rug. So I ain't gonna have my feet out.
What? Y'all make no sense. Then put on some Timbs. Put on some butters.
I'm just saying.
Wait
I
a
gotta
minute.
protect myself.
Black said, you said you know what's been on that rug.
I have a towel
Why
sitting
you
underneath me, and then
Why didn't you
her mouth
answer?
is right there, so the residual
I'm
juices is
Switzerland.
dropping
I'm
on the
Switzerland.
rug.
Black,
So I don't want my
You
feet
ain't
in
no
that shit.
Black said, you know what's been on that
Plus, her
rug.
pussy
God
is all
damn.
heaving out.
Oh Lord,
And
have
you know,
mercy.
okay, she's doing it from the side, and you're doing
Oh,
a little
Lord,
scratch
have
and sniff
mercy.
test. So her pussy is dripping and everything too. Yeah, I don't want my feet on that rug.
Oh boy, God, you know what? My chest hurt.
Y'all wild. Tasha
these,
just said socks and
these,
sandals. Y'all went
they
from
gonna
bras
figure out
deep.
a way to really be that creepy Capricorn crew. They gonna figure out a way to be creepy. Carol, it don't matter what question watch this. I'm gonna give you an example. We're gonna have the most mundane question and it's gonna get wild real quick.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
not even me. It's not even me. Hold on. There was a question I wanted to ask. Oh, here we go. Let's just see how wild a ride this shit takes.
Oh, okay.
Is breakfast cereal a type of soup? I guarantee you, these perverts are gonna figure out a way to bring it back
Is
about
what?
sex. I guarantee you. They're gonna figure
Is
out a way.
what?
Is breakfast cereal a type of soup?
If it's breakfast cereal type of soup,
No.
no.
So actually, if you think of a soup,
Come on, Hannah.
Oh yeah,
Come
this
on,
is the resident. This is the chef. Oh, so she could. Yeah,
I
forgot
gotta
Hannah
hear
on here.
this because I don't have nothing for this.
I gotta hear this too.
Breakfast cereal is a soup of the morning because of the consistency, because you add a liquid with a hard substance that you digest, just like a soup.
Oh wow. Learn
So it
something
is
new
a
every day.
soup.
Hold
And
on. So the
you also
definition of a
have cold
soup.
soup.
So you telling me the definition of a soup is when you add a liquid and a hard substance?
And all soup is not hot.
Stop,
No,
Black.
I didn't say that.
Right.
Oh, Tasha.
That's it. Pause.
It's
So-
about
so-
to get nasty
Pause.
real
Hold on.
quick.
So
I
breakfast
asking you-
breakfast cereal is a cold soup, is
Tasha,
what you're
get
saying.
out of my head,
Pause.
Tasha. Get out of my head, Tasha.
Pause.
Get out of my head. Cause all I'm
Pause.
asking the resident
Pause.
chef is, hold on, I'm going by your definition. The
Pause.
definition of a soup is a liquid with a hard
Hard
substance.
substance.
Because I did not know that all the time I'm getting my dick sucked that I was serving this bitch soup.
Service soup.
Internet. Get
You
off.
know what?
You
You know what?
That's where my mind went when you said
You
service
know.
I say nothing about no sauce. And you bitch being nasty.
You know what? Now,
soup de joy.
Also, all soup is not served hot. They have cold soup.
right? Okay.
I let her have ice cubes in her mouth, so
Oh
it's
my
cool.
Jesus.
It's cool.
I'm done. I'm tapping out. But I honestly, breakfast is a type of soup. If you think about it, you have your spoon. What do you eat soup with?
On a serious
spoon or
note,
fork?
I think of soup as being hot, but I know they
it's
have
not
cold
always
soups.
hot
I
soup.
know that.
Right.
I do know they
cold
have,
soup.
but it's cereal.
Just like they have cold oatmeal. They have cold oats. All oatmeal isn't cold.
I just
It's
still
hot.
Look at cereal.
So they really have cold oats. I never
Yes,
really.
they have overnight oats. They
Overnight
have
oats.
overnight
Yeah.
oats. They have cold oats. All oatmeal is not hot.
Mm.
All cereal is not hot.
But in all seriousness, but what really makes it soup?
The consistency.
I gotta look this up. What's the
That's
definition?
full of crap. It's a cereal. It's cereal.
That's what, because I'm serious. I gotta know what's the definition of soup.
I'm talking about. I don't give a hell what y'all say. I said Tasha asked me them questions.
Right.
No.
Ain't no right or wrong
What the hell?
answer.
Right. I know.
No, you're right.
You the chef, so you gonna know. So I'm gonna take your word for
In
whatever
my
you're saying.
opinion, it's a soup. You use
No,
a spoon for a soup, a cereal, a oatmeal.
Right.
I
Right.
use whatever I can use.
Okay,
better.
can I
use
just
a
ask
fork
a
You
all the
ain't
question?
use
time.
no damn fork.
Tasha, you think it's a soup too, right?
I think it is a type of soup.
It's a
Yeah.
type of soup.
I
Okay,
get
I'm just gonna ask a question.
I get
And
it from
also,
Honda's
y'all have to realize,
definition.
can I say one thing too?
Sure.
Every different countries have a different definition of what you call cereal as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
too.
now that might be true. And this is just me reading this, and you're right. There's no wrong answers, but it does say there are 5 types of soups: broth soups, consommes, cream soups, velouté based soups, puree soups, biscuits, and chowders. Cereal. How does cereal? Where would cereal fit in one of those?
A chowder.
Yes.
Hey,
I would say
Oatmeal would be the chowder.
Hey,
Wow.
Lee,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth, though, I mean, to be serious, it really is a type of cereal. Ain't no damn soup. It's a
Thank you.
cereal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Disagree. And I ain't buying you no more oats.
Thank you.
Buy
Thank
your
you.
own oats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lee, buy burnt oats from now on. I ain't buying no more oats for him.
No, grown woman. She said, hey, no, I'm just saying, I was going on her definition.
It's soup. It ain't soup.
I was only going on her definition.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a question. I'm
That
gonna make
shit
it a
was
little bit
funny.
more serious because let's
That
just
shit was
We'll
funny.
start eating that
Let's
shit
see.
with a fork.
Yeah, no, we
I
gonna
will.
go back
That
serious
shit-
just for a
that-
little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so here's this one. Is drug addiction a choice?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is it a choice? That's got layers to it.
It does.
Ooh.
That has layers to it.
And I have
Because
family members who have dealt with drug addiction.
And I'm gonna say
layers.
this. I'm gonna say this real quick. I mean, I know it says is drug addiction a choice. That could be talking about food, because food is a drug. That could be talking about.
So you're opening a real.
That's what I'm saying. Coffee. I mean, most people
my
thinking
coffee.
of just smoking weed or popping pills, but drug addiction, food is a drug. Is it a choice? Personally speaking, I think it starts out as a choice, but then I think it becomes an addiction because you become dependent on it to function.
I like that answer.
And I don't think a lot of times people they do it as a recreational use, and they think that it's not going to happen to me, and then lo and behold, they look up, and it has now become an addiction. So
I like that.
Is it a choice? I don't think it's a choice. I think it's a habit that becomes who you are at the end of the day.
Grown woman, I'm coming to you next, Hannah. Grown woman, don't try me, says, I have too, Lee. The addiction is not always a choice, but some can't stop once they start.
And that's basically what I was saying, what CC just put up there.
Hannah, go ahead, sweetheart.
Kenny, what you said, actually, I agree with you. At first, I was like, it's a choice, and I was like, no, it's not. What I'm going to speak, I'm not going to speak on other drugs. I'm going to speak on caffeine, and I'm going to speak on just this one part. Before I became virtual, I needed coffee every single day. When I say every day, before I went in my office, before I closed my door, I needed my coffee. I function in my mind. I couldn't function, and I was like, "Oh, I just needed it because I always had it." It was. I thought in my mind it wasn't a choice. When COVID hit, and I had to be home, and we have a coffee machine and everything. We have iced coffee machines and everything in here. I did not choose to make it because I didn't want to. And I realized that maybe it was a choice that I was choosing, that my addiction was a choice because it was so easy access because I had the cafeteria inside my building. It was so easy to access. And sometimes the addiction is the easy access. It's the access that you have. Sometimes it's the access you have that makes it addiction. If it's harder to reach, it might be a choice, but if it's easier to get to, then it becomes the addiction that you just can't get rid of. But the harder it is, that's why they have rehab, because when rehab, you can't really get to your addiction.
Right.
So that's why it's a choice until you can't get to your habit. And then that becomes, is it really going to be a choice? There's like, and then you think about it, some people that's born with drugs and stuff in their system, are you saying it's a choice? Because you're born with it, but then do you choose when you get older, you still keep
You
it in
making
your
this
system?
hard though.
Or are you going to get rid of it and then break the generational curse?
Oh, you making this hard.
So it's kind of hard. But when I think about what Kenny said when you went to that caffeine, because I thought in my mind I didn't have a choice until I had the choice and I chose not to do it.
You bringing up some really, really good points, and you making me revamp my thinking. Grown Woman Don't Try Me says we are creatures of habit, so it can become a habit.
Yes.
You know, Bert and Tasha, what do you guys think?
It's a choice.
Okay.
Flat out. It's a choice. It's a choice you make. It's a choice that you choose each time. It's a choice every time you tell yourself, I cannot live my life without this. I need this. I refuse to try to not choose it that day. It's a choice that you make. That eventually overtakes your life, and then now it's so ingrained in your mind because you're going to keep telling yourself, I can't. Now you believe it. Now you believe that you can't. But before you ever had it, you never needed it. So it is a choice.
Brother Bert?
Yeah, and it's not really a popular stance to take, and especially what Tasha was saying, but unless it's something like you were a baby, a baby that the mother was taking in drugs and they didn't, they were just already born addicted to it. If it's not something like that, or somebody being roofied or something like that, you are making that choice each and every time. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You know what? Because you can wake up. Why do you go to them drug programs or whatever, whether it's food or whatever the case might be? Is because they're telling you these are the results of you making this wrong choice. And if you keep going down this path, this is basically what's being laid out for you. So what do they say? The choice is yours. The choice is always yours, regardless of what's going on in your life. The choice is still yours. When you get up, and I had family members that were drug addicts, but guess what? They got up. They knew it was wrong. Yeah, they couldn't stop because addiction, I believe, is a derivative of that choice. So of course, you making a choice every time you get up, every time you decide to go out there and do something that you know that's not good for you. And you're addicted, but at the end of the day, it's still your choice to say, hey, listen, I'm gonna go for it, or you know what, I need to clean up my act. I'm not to. It's all about willpower. If you don't have that, if you don't have that self-confidence, I don't know what you've been going through the whole nine, you're still making a choice to go to something that's ultimately is going to be your demise.
On its most fundamental level, I agree with it's a choice. But I think where it becomes more complicated than that for me is what is the drug? Because that creates variables, and the point at which it becomes an addiction by virtue of that word. To Tasha's point and your point, Brother B, whether you convinced yourself of it, yes, on its simplest terms, you are making a choice. The most hardcore drug addict to put a needle in his arm, they still have to, and it's on its simplest forms, make the choice to go get it. But where it becomes more complicated than that for me is that whatever you want to call getting to that place, when it has reached that state where now it's something that you depend on to function normally, or it's driving you and your personality, that's what makes it more complicated for me. And Hannah brought in the element of coffee, because a drug could be anything.
Right.
When we hear the word drug, we immediately jump to, something we use that's negative. A drug could be choosing bad men.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know?
Yeah.
And the porn.
Porn,
another beautiful
porn. Yep, that's definitely a good one. Porn, sugar,
it really,
that's a good
and
one
that's
too.
where it becomes more complicated. And I'm not even joking here. Tasha's right. All of you are right. There's things I know I shouldn't do. I know with every fiber of my being, and as a clear thinking person, I'm walking in the store and I shouldn't buy this, but I make the choice to buy it. But there's something in me that's craving it, or there's triggers that for some people, when they're depressed, guess what they do? They eat. Some people smoke. Some people stay up. So what is that? It's the drug thing. So I agree with everything you guys said, but it's really, that's a tough one, when you start really going behind the scenes, because that drug or that thing that you're addicted to, it could be more than just a substance you're taking in. It could be behaviors and other things. So, man, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That was a good question.
And I'll add this last part. I had a conversation with my boy about this, because he would talk about, and I ain't just divulging no stuff. This is real conversation here. But he was involved. Man, how come my wife can't lose weight? This to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. And I said to him one day, you have the luxury of being able to eat whatever you want. You have a high metabolism. And for you can't understand why she won't stop eating. But I'm sitting here telling you, as a person who struggles with weight, sometimes people, just push yourself away from the table. I wish it was that simple. And sometimes you can look at somebody and think that they're fat because they just sit around eating all day, and it may not be that, because there might be other underlying factors. I didn't say this to him, but how do we know she's not eating because of some of the shit you put her through? You know what I'm saying? And it's still a choice, but you have to be careful that when you just look for the simple way. That's all I'm saying. I want to read this comment. Grown woman, don't try me, says, my oldest brother has been free of drugs for 30 years now, and he had to make that choice to stop. And I love that you said that. And that's why I said it's a choice. I got a brother that did crack for same thing, grown woman, 30 years. My sister had a stroke. She quit smoking cold turkey.
Oh, wow.
Cold turkey. For her, that scare was enough for her that she stayed with me for a month. She didn't crave it. She didn't think of. She said for her, she never wanted to feel that feeling again. And they initially gave her the patch, this, that. She didn't need it. For her, it was a done deal. My mother, who's 89 years old, woke up one day and decided she was going to stop smoking. That's she had smoked for 30, 40 years. Never had another cigarette. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hannah.
No, did Bert ask you that question?
What?
Me being fat?
No.
Wait, I meant being what?
Bert texting shit on the side.
No. No.
Because he worked out every day, and I'm gaining weight.
I'll share. I'm not even divulging nothing, because this was a healthy. This was not a bad conversation. It was a really healthy conversation, because it opened the door for him to look at it. No, my nephew and we would talk about.
All right, we weren't saying names.
Right, no, because I want you to know it wasn't you. And me and him had a healthy, and I was like, and I really told him, you could eat whatever you want. So for you, weight has never been an issue, because he has high metabolism. But then you take somebody like me that I can eat ice cream and boom, here it goes. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
the weight that I just want to help him to see that you have to have some empathy, because that struggle to lose weight, and it could be anything. To
That's
your
a
point,
struggle.
Hannah, to your point, coffee. My doctor tells me to give up coffee. Well, guess what? I don't want to drink it if I can't put sugar in it.
Oh.
And so I tried it with the agave, and it worked for a little while. But I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, it just tastes better with sugar, and I'm a diabetic. So it is whatever that drug, that thing is.
Yeah,
It's
It's
it was
tougher,
hard.
you know.
it-
So
it's
go
the
ahead, brother.
dopamine. It's the dopamine. There's
Yeah,
that thing
Yeah.
in our brain that called the dopamine
You
yeah,
know what
uh,
though?
that
Make your
that
own
actually
environment.
makes us addicted
yeah,
to certain vices.
right.
It's the dopamine in our brain, and the thing is,
I was addicted to
uh,
sex, and I know y'all think I'm making everything about sex,
no,
but I,
No, I believe
no,
but
you.
I
no.
really,
They
That's
but
an
were
I really
addiction.
was a sex addict. I really
That's an
was a sex
addiction.
addict.
No, that's a big addiction that a lot of people don't really
I really
talk
was
about.
not,
That's a very
and
big
not
Especially,
porn,
addiction.
especially men. Men don't
and
really
not
talk about
porn,
that a lot.
Yeah.
and it
But
wasn't porn. It was that was my trigger. That if something was going on in my life, especially
right,
the worst things, my answer was, "Well, I know I could have sex,"
right.
and I had to, obviously things happen, and you get to a point where you get away from it. But yeah, that's why I say that it's a drug, whatever that thing is that you gravitate towards, and it's unhealthy because anything if you don't do it in moderation can become
Right,
unhealthy.
right, exactly.
So
What's sad though sometimes? People I know, and I know this might sound crazy. Some people that were sexually assaulted become
mhm.
addicted to sex without knowing.
it
Hmm.
or
That's
if it
true.
happens to them at a young age. And
Yes,
so
That's true.
I was a
yes.
guilty of that when you see a promiscuous girl and without thinking that maybe that was triggered from when she was young,
Because something happened to them.
and I had to revamp my
Yeah.
thinking.
That's
So
why we gotta be
yeah,
realized when we label people like you
it's
fast, you
true.
this and that. You don't know
It's
what they
true.
went through to get to
It's
that label.
true. It's true. It's just true. Now, two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah,
That
sometimes
might
it's
have
pretty
that
good.
might have triggered her, but it turned out to be a dick sucking hoe.
You know what, Lee? We was this
I'm
close.
just saying, two
This
things can
close
be
for
true.
empathy. This close for empathy.
No, you weren't.
I'm
He
empathizing.
was this close. He was this close.
Tasha, we got time for one more.
I was on your side, Lee.
Black,
I'm
please.
just saying. I'm
Get,
just
get,
saying.
get off the computer. Get off.
She might have got triggered, but it don't change the fact that now you call her jawbone. So those two
You-
things.
But you know what's
Man,
crazy? It's not
really,
always
really,
women. Men.
really black. Only me, you would, only me, you would be wet. Go know about. Well, yeah, the women know about jawbone. They
I
know.
know jawbone. Man. They used to call you jawbone.
Man,
Okay,
But you know what's crazy? It's not women. Some men be like, "Oh, I had an old head," and you was really assaulted and don't realize it.
that's true too.
And then you
Here,
think
That
you just
never happened to me, but
getting
yeah,
women, but you realize you
right.
were sexually assaulted and just
all,
plain
all I'm saying is for you Me Too bitches, all of you bitches ain't been assaulted. Some of you sucking
You
dick
don't know
because you
that.
like it. I'm just saying.
You don't know that.
okay.
I hate the Me Too
We
campaign
not doing
because
that.
the bitches that got permanent dead skin on their knees is the
You
ones
know
talking
what?
about, but it happened
You
to
know
me
what?
too. Bitch, you've
Wait,
been sucking
Tasha,
dick long
don't
before
do
this
the next
movement came
question. I
along.
gotta step out for
You
1
know,
second.
and the hole in your ass is big enough to pour soup
Tasha,
through.
can
So
you wait
stop
1
it.
second?
Okay, yeah,
I'll
especially
be
after
right
that
back.
comment.
I'm
Lord
just
have
saying.
mercy.
I'm just saying.
Now we talking about people's assholes? Oh my God. Like
Oh boy,
If you,
boy,
have
hey,
strayed so
way to come
far.
back, way to come back
I'm
with the
just
first
saying,
show, boy.
if
The
you
first
go into
show is
a bitch and you walling around and she ain't got no walls, that ain't no Me Too bitch. Bitch, you've been Me Tooing all right. You've been saying you too, and you can come too. I'm just saying.
Black, you make it difficult for us to find somebody
you
when
know.
you express certain views like
I'm gonna
that.
start my own movement. Fuck Me Too. Them bitches is you too.
You know what? I can't even. I can't even say nothing. My Capricorn brother, he is on. He has been on one today. I saw, and that's saying a lot because he don't be on one. But God, dog, really black, really,
I'm just saying.
really.
Tasha, give us one.
I was trying to wait for Hannah. I was trying to wait for
Okay.
Hannah to do the last question.
Okay. Well, we
Well,
got
well,
more.
well, you know, we wait for Hannah Black. Just kind of tell the folks what they. Me personally, that's between you and Tasha. I think y'all should just go to once a week. I think that I think
Tasha,
that'll give that.
we actually discussed that.
I think
Yeah.
y'all should do it.
We think it's for a
I think
healthier
it's
life. That's what we're headed towards.
yeah.
To be honest with you, that's what we're headed towards. And
that's cool.
we're probably gonna mix it up with some fun shows and these serious topics. We having this time off, it really did lead to that conclusion
conversation.
I'm able to come in with much higher energy, not having to worry about doing it through the week.
Yeah, I mean, for especially for you, Black, because doing it on Mondays with us and Brent Haynes.
Yeah,
basically you were doing it 3 times a week.
Absolutely,
that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Doing it 3 times.
It's a lot. Doing a show.
No, not that, not that, Hannah.
Your mind out the gutter.
I wish I was doing it 3 times a week. Hell, I wish I was doing it. I wish I was doing it 1 time a week. But
I know anyway, that's right. She waited on you to close out on the final.
I'm sorry. I'm back.
No, you're fine.
It's okay. The final question: should it be illegal to cheat on your partner?
Should it be illegal?
Illegal.
Illegal.
Are you talking about in the eyes of the law? Like you could be arrested and charged?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Should it be illegal to cheat on your partner?
No, I don't think so.
If you're in the military, it is. If you're in the military, it's against the law.
I don't think so. Obviously, morally, it's a crime. But far as like legally, where you can lock somebody up for that, no.
I'm agree with my brother. Nope.
We got too much other shit that people need to be locked up for than fucking around on your spouse or your.
That's right.
Whatever. I'm cool on that.
I'm curious. Does anybody think it should be illegal?
Should it be?
Do y'all think it should be illegal?
Yes, I have a take on why.
Okay,
2 reasons. 1, if you're in the military and you've ever been a military spouse, or if you have, it is illegal. You can go to jail for cheating. 2, I watched a lot of snaps and
that's your problem. That's your problem.
I feel like a lot of people would still be alive. They would send their spouse to jail instead of killing them for cheating. Because I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of them kill them for cheating. And a lot of people still had their life. But imagine if you could lock them up for a couple, it doesn't matter. They didn't say how long you could, they didn't say the crime. Imagine if it's illegal and all you had to do was pay a fine versus she just, him or her taking you off this earth. Like a lot of life could be spared versus even though it's illegal, every crime is differently. So it ain't.
I'm glad you went there because I got a take on that.
They didn't say you gotta go to jail.
My question to you, Sister Hannah.
Life would be spared if it was illegal. But it is the law in the Army and the Navy and any type of military. If you cheat, you can be court-martialed, go to jail, and you will lose your benefits.
I got a question for you, Hannah. Since when is something being illegal been a deterrent?
Oh, it's not going to stop.
Where's that noise coming from? Hold on.
Kenny got out. I think it's
okay. Okay. So my question: it's illegal to speed, right?
To speed,
and it's illegal to speed.
Yeah.
Speeding is illegal.
Yeah.
It's illegal to trespass. In a lot of states, it's still illegal to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Since when? Because you talked about a lot of people will be alive. Since when is making something illegal really been a deterrent? People still murder. It's illegal, and in America is the leading country in murders, even though murder is illegal. So when you start going down that slippery slope of regulating behaviors that's legal and not legal, is that really going to deter people?
I said would cut down. I didn't say it would deter. I said it would cut down.
Okay.
And it actually is really illegal. In some countries,
I just don't know. I just don't know.
It's illegal to cheat on your outside of America. Some countries, it's
so here's my
illegal to cheat
question:
on your spouse if you're a woman, not a man. A woman, you will die.
So would that make then people? Maybe they don't get caught, but do you think it really regulates behavior where now I know I can't get caught because I'm going back to my examples of I still speed,
Yeah,
I trespass. If I'm in a state that hasn't made marijuana legal, but I want to puff, I do it, but I'm not going to get caught. So in those same states where you're telling me it's illegal because their states in the United States right now, it's still illegal for interracial couple. People still going to do it.
True, but we're human. We're going to do it.
That's why I said to me it's a slippery slope of regulating behavior. For me,
I think to this question, it should be illegal to cheat on your partner.
Okay.
I think a lot of deals that have been made higher up in certain industries, in politics and everything, would not have happened if cheating had been illegal and there was a possibility of being exposed for it and there be like some real punishment associated with it. I do think that it should be illegal to cheat on your partner, especially if you've entered into an agreement with said person and that like you've agreed, to them with them at some point that it's just going to be you and them, that you're not doing anything else with anybody else, and you break that fucking contract. Yes, it should be illegal. There should be some sort of punishment associated with it. Is it going to stop it? Of course not. It's not going to stop it. But I do think that if there was like a certain punishment, just like the initial hint of a punishment, whether it be financial or whatever, I think it may make somebody think twice, like, okay, well, maybe this one ain't worth it. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
That's why I raised the question. I'm not saying you're wrong. Go ahead, Brother B.
Got a question. I'm just asking this to the panel, to the ladies too. Let me ask you this. What if it's in the marriage? What if they want to up it and they want to add somebody to the game?
Then you need an addendum.
Okay.
Who you trying to add?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. No, again, and that's why. No, I like your answer, even Tasha. That if it's agreed upon, then you make it. I just question when you start regulating behavior, but I don't disagree with necessarily with what you're saying. Now for me, if I knew that was the case, I don't think I would ever then enter into any exclusive relationship, knowing that if I break it, there's going to be a penalty.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say never, but it would certainly give me pause of telling somebody it's just you and I if I know that you're gonna be holding me to it, and that if I cheat and then now I can be punished or whatever. So yeah, but again,
there should be rules to it, like associated with it, different levels to it. But yeah, there should be something.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. Go ahead, brother.
Come on, Kenny.
I just want to ask the panel, if it becomes illegal, what would the punishment be?
It could be financial. It could be something as simple as financial. Maybe it's fucking community service. If you're a habitual offender in it, well, maybe we just need a chemical castration. Now you got to worry about cheating.
I have my rule.
I'm listening.
If you cheat on me and it's illegal, you will not receive one dime of every paycheck you work.
For how long?
The rest of your everlasting life.
Man, get out of here.
Wow.
You,
my
grandkids, and your children's children.
So Tasha, you talked about addendums. So if we go there,
it doesn't have to come to me.
I get you.
Give it to me. I would give it.
Grown
to you.
woman says off with the dicks.
No, we need the dick. No, we're not cutting dick.
You see, this argument is being tilted. I see CC
Why
talking
we
about.
cutting penises?
She talking about off with their penis. She talking about
I
no.
don't say
Let me finish with this, because the women, most people always assume it's always the man that cheats.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
What if it's the woman? Because women cheat too. Y'all ain't the y'all not always the victims.
No,
Black women don't cheat.
The same thing. The same pun. It goes both ways.
I know
For me, it goes both ways.
So here's where I want to go with the addendum. If then this is a contract, then let's sit down and map it out. Then, bitch, I'm expecting you to cook a certain amount of times.
Every time.
I'm just, so whatever you work out, because then if I got to live up to the tenets of that, there's going to be some things in there I expect you to live up to as well. That I think if that's broken, then there ought to be some repercussions.
If she working for, then yes.
So if we did that,
right?
Now, Tasha,
right.
to your point, if we did that, I think relationships, especially marriages and serious, would be taken more serious.
Exactly.
I agree. with you.
Lee, I'm on your side. I'm not saying just men. Women should be penalized 100% as well.
I agree. If we're gonna go there, then let's
pussy up.
You know, hey,
no, don't cut the coochie off now.
No, we gotta sew it up.
No.
We're not doing that.
Here's the other part.
How we going to bathroom? How you gonna wash it? It's gonna be tart.
Catheter.
It's gonna be tart.
Here's the other part of that too. Here's the other part of that too.
Yes, they do, Kenny, and stuff all their orifices.
Damn, CC. Damn. Wow.
Wait, that's a crime in itself.
Wow.
Well, here's the other part of that. I mean, if you pick the right partner, you shouldn't be even wanting to think about cheating anyway.
That is
true. But
but you might start out, and you know.
I'm trying to find a solution to this. I'm just saying.
I'm with you. So, okay, what if you're in a marriage and then the bitch get hurt and now she can't fuck? You stuck with this triple bitch that now you gotta, now you can't do nothing with it.
It's for better or for worse though.
No, that's where these addendums have to be written in. You know.
Can you repeat that?
You marry somebody and the bitch get hurt and now she crippled, and now what you got? You stuck with this bitch and you can't do nothing. I think in the addendum you ought to have a certain amount. That pussy ought to be washed night and day, because if it starts smelling, if it got a hint of odor to it, so let's lay it all out. You know what I'm saying?
With the way people, that's what honestly, with the way people treat, with the way that people treat marriage nowadays, yeah. Lay it all out there, because there's so much of the, well, I didn't know, or we never discussed that, we never had that talk. No, damn it, we need a checklist now, because it's too many people saying what they didn't discuss before they got married. So
I got a question for you too, Tasha, to this question.
All marriage.
Is this question pertaining to a legal contract in marriage, or is this pertaining to you just in a?
I took it as Tasha thinking in an exclusive relationship. Not just marriage.
Either marriage or an exclusive relationship. If you choose not to be married, if you're saying that this is going to be like your long-term partner, then yes, it would be in those it would be, because you would be signing the paperwork. It would
so basically you have to sign a contract even if you're not married, that you say that you won't cheat.
Right, if you're exclusive, if you're in an exclusive relationship,
ain't nobody. I ain't doing that shit.
Well, sound like you don't want to be with nobody. So there you go,
Kenny. So once again, me and my Capricorn brother is in agreement. Kenny, I said the first thing. That for me would mean that I'm probably not entering into any exclusive relationship.
No, exactly.
No.
Because I'm not trying to catch no case if I decide to go give somebody Mr. Happy outside of my exclusive relationship.
Right.
And I ain't trying to catch no. Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not signing anything like that.
That's about marriage. That's not fine.
You can choose to not participate in it, but for who do, and that this is a requirement to be with them. And this is the
Okay.
only way that you'll be able to provide them with Mr. Happy is you have
Right.
to sign that. Then that's what you got to sign up for. So
So
there you
so
go.
so so, so I'll end for me on this note.
Bigamy is
I
illegal.
have yet to meet I've yet to meet pussy.
Tasha remember the name. She remembers it. Mr. Happy.
So for me, I'll end it. I'll end this point by saying this for me. I have yet to meet pussy that had a big cape in front of it. I ain't never seen no stars or no fireworks went off. So for that reason, I'm gonna keep doing me, and I'll look at a plan and say, "Bitch, sign an agreement. Bitch, get on your knees. Just do what you're supposed to do, and just keep it rolling."
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
Agree to the suit.
I got some cold soup for you. I got some cold soup for you.
I ain't gonna never forget. You just gave the show another one, yeah.
Laugh it up, because ain't no more oatmeal coming. I ain't buying no more oatmeal, my ninja.
Oh my God.
Oh, it brings a different definition to a different meaning to soups up. You know what I mean? So,
And it gives a different definition. Hey, waiter, I got a hair in my soup.
Ooh.
y'all are sick. Get off the computer. Y'all nasty.
Hunter, thank you for blessing our show with that one right there. Folks, in case y'all don't know, for those of you who watch this, come back on, we are back. Just so you know, we are back. So, and if you don't know, Brother Kenny brought it out that was where we were heading anyway. For the foreseeable future, we are going to be weekends only. We're going to be Saturdays. So on Saturdays, please join us. We're going to have some fun. We're going to occasionally cover some serious topics. But right now, this is it's healthy for Tasha, for us to do it once a week on Saturdays, weekends. So we hope to join you. So for those who missed it, who will look for us on or will be looking on Wednesdays, adjust your schedule. Pop in, have a little fun with us, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing as always. So I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope I've left you with a little bit of laughter and good spirits. And just, hey, keep doing what you're doing, because real talk, we're back.
Yep.
Peace out.
I missed y'all.
We missed you too.
Yeah, already.